What are your feelings about the Vietnam War today?
Today,
Yeah.
it was a mistake. Um, I think that generations go through making mistakes like that, and so it is a situation where people of my age look at it and think, God, what a mistake that was. But the people who are being elected now are a new generation. My next birthday, I'm 70. There are people who are being elected now, they're in the mid-30s and 40s, maybe 50, and they don't have a recollection of this. And so they'll probably make the same stupid mistakes that we made. How's that, Mr. Optimism?
Cheerful dude.
Pardon me?
What lessons has this experience taught us?
Us?
Like as a country, I guess. I think that's what it means.
I think the lesson that it has taught me is that going into a country that is on the other side of the world, that has characteristics that are developed over generations and generations in this environment of these people, and then taking our ideas as to what our lives have been formed like and trying to incorporate those ideas that we have into people in a foreign country is ridiculous, because we haven't experienced their 500 to 1,000 years of lifestyle that we're trying to say, this isn't the way you ought to do it. You ought to do it this way. Look what it's done for us. And I think that we don't take in consideration cultures that have developed and have over eons, and think that we can just change everything because we are on a roll right now in our country and being successful.
So, last question was, what should we teach our children about this defining era of 20th century America?
I guess it dwells upon the last thing I said, and that is, I would try to teach my children to say that we have to be more accepting of different cultures, because their culture is what they were taught and what they believe in, and just as ours is. But to impose our culture on theirs because we have been successful in this country is a short-sighted approach, because there are so many things that we walked into, natural resources, open areas, that allowed us to be the success that we've been, that other countries that are inhabited by people do not have those natural resources and do not have that capability of making the money. How's that? Good answer.
That's good.
Yeah.
So, do you think that every veteran has fought a different war?
No.
You think?
There are a lot of people who are like me, who are bitter about the United States and how they're treated during the Vietnam War. There are a lot of people during the Vietnam era like me, and they get together and talk about it. I don't get together and talk about it. What are you going to do? They can't change anything. It's like I said, when I hit California, I took my uniform off, went back to home in Black Mountain, North Carolina, went back home and had people yell at me for being a warmonger. And I was going like, I got drafted. I was getting drafted. What can I do? And but that's where you were perceived. And people said, why'd you go and fight in that war? I didn't have a choice. I didn't have a choice. The choice was go to college or get drafted. And if you go to college, you're going to get drafted after you get out of college. And those are the choices you had. And so there was no situation where you can say, I'm not going to do this. You had to do it. And so the thing that grinds so much on a lot of Vietnam veterans, including myself, is it was a situation where it was like, God, you come out of that, it's just a terrible taste in your mouth that you have for the rest of your life about that this is how you're treated because you went and served your country because you had to, and this is how you're treated. That's not what it is today, and I'm so glad it's not that is. They respect the military, they're thankful. You know, I get a discount at Lowe's because they say you're in the military. That would never happen when I got out of the service. You know, just take the uniform off, don't put it back on. You put on uniform or anything like a uniform, people would crawl up your butt trying to say, "What are you doing, you warmonger?" Okay. People yelling when I was in college. There were some people yelling, "You're in the military? Why'd you do that?" Well, I had to. Well, why'd you go and do this? I had to. I didn't have a choice. You got drafted, and I can't believe you could go and fight in the war like that. It's so wrong. It wasn't a choice. It wasn't a choice. It was either go in the service or escape to Canada. That's what it was. I'm done with that question. Pounded that dog enough.
What do you, what's your view on Agent Orange? What do you think? Do you think they should have used it?
No. Agent Orange exfoliated wide areas of Vietnam in hopes of exposing them so we could kill more of them. But that didn't do anything. We dropped so many bombs, you cannot comprehend. No one can comprehend about how many bombs we dropped on North Vietnam. It's just unbelievable. When I went back to Guam, I came from a strategic air command, a SAC base in the United States, in North Dakota. There were 10 to 12 B-52s there, and then a whole area in the North Dakota land side that was just missile silos. And there were nuclear bombs. All the B-52s carried nuclear bombs. We went to Guam, there were 300 B-52s. They congregated all the B-52s and took them there so they could drop normal ordnance, general purpose high explosive bombs, not nuclear high explosive bombs. Drop thing blows up, and doesn't shed radioactive, it just blows up things. And so we dropped 750-pound bombs. I don't even know what the capacity that they could put into a plane, 50, and they had 300 bombers flying every day, every day, dropping those bombs. You can't even do the math. If you say those 300 carried 100 because of 2 missions in a day, then that's 3,000, 30,000 bombs, and that's a day. That's not over 6 months. That's a day. It's like, well, how can there be anything but a burnout hole? But apparently, Mother Nature comes back. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's just, you can't fathom. You cannot fathom. People cannot fathom how many bombs you drop. This is, oh my God. It's like he put a bomb in every house, in this neighborhood. And that's what it was over the whole country. Unbelievable. And then you say, well, how'd they live? They went into caves and tunnels, and that's how they live. They come out, eat, and go back. Here they come again. All right, let's go hide again. That's what they do. I'm done with that one. Tired of hearing me rant. You're the one that came back over here and stirred things up.
You're not tired of it.
I was pretty happy to just drink a little whiskey.
Okay.
My wife's telling me to shut up now. Let him do this.
Is there any more questions?
Maybe. Do you think? So do you view the U.S. as a babysitter to third world countries?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely are.
We got the most money.
Yeah.
If we got the most money, then we have the most power. Are we babysitting? You know, the real question, John, about babysitting, why are we babysitting? Are we doing it because we feel that this is the right thing to do, that we are doing it because we want to take care of the people who are not as fortunate? as we are and trying to help them out, or are we really doing it because our ulterior motive is it keeps us running like we are and making like we are, and we're making enough money that we can have 2 TVs and a pool we can swim in and things like that. So those are the questions that I have, is how much of it is based upon our policing the world, how much of that policing that we do for the world is based upon our humanitarian response to problems in the other side of the world, as opposed to we have an ulterior motive, and that is keeping our lifestyle going as it is right now.
Yeah, I think the majority of it is keeping our lifestyle going.
Well, you need to work on that attitude a little bit. That's a little fatalistic. You have at ripe old age of 18 or whatever.
Yeah, I'm 18.
You're 18?
Yeah.
No.
And so if you have that there, what the hell are you going to be like when you're 70?
Jeez.
Crusty like I am.
Oh,
Your
boy.
brother, Joe, was on my couch the day you were born.
Yeah.
He was sick. And Donna called and said, let me tell Joe. Let me talk to Joe.
Okay, focus. You have another question?
I think we've got it there.
Okay.